Good afternoon and welcome to Loughborough University and this spectacularly immaculate venue in Leicestershire as West Ham continue their preparations ahead of the new WSL season with a pre-season friendly against fellow WSL competitors Liverpool as part of a 3-day training camp for the Irons. And delighted to be joined by West Ham winger Lisa Evans this afternoon. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi.
Looking forward to the game?
Absolutely,
On the sidelines this time?
Yeah. Good pitch, good facility, good team, good opposition. Really looking forward to the game. Be a good one.
We'll run through the lineups very shortly, but how have you enjoyed the training camp in Leicestershire so far?
It's been good. I think it's just been good to have the time together. We've not had, obviously it's a lot of new players, a new team. Just having the time together to spend off the pitch as much as on it, just to get some team bonding in, do different activities, do different sports. It's been really enjoyable.
You've integrated a lot of young players as well over the last sort of 6-12 months. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. I know that was obviously a big push from the club that they wanted to integrate a lot of young players and have them coming through. To kind of drip feed through the team, and it's been good to have them in training. That the level's been really good that we've signed, and it's been good to have them a part of the team. Yeah.
For yourself, do you see yourself as a bit of a mentor for them sometimes? Obviously, you spent 5 years at Arsenal. You've got a lot of experience in the WSL.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's obviously like part and parcel as you get older. You've got the experience. You kind of need to try and pass that down and just be the best influence that you can be on these young girls coming through. And I think that just makes everyone better. Really, we've got obviously a lot of experienced players, the likes of Kate Longhurst and Dagny Brynjarsdottir. Just hopefully that we can have some kind of influence on the younger players coming through and make them better, make them best as they can be.
Well, let's quickly run through the team news then, starting with West Ham United. And it's been a week since Yui Hasegawa's brace saw off Charlton in West Ham's last pre-season match, and Paul Konchesky hasn't changed too much for this afternoon. It's 3 changes from last weekend as Claudia Walker, Jess Zhu and Hala Hussein are welcomed into the side. Dagny Brynjarsdottir was forced off injured in that encounter and doesn't feature today. For Liverpool, having played in midweek, it's a chance for former Hammers boss Matt Beard to implement hefty rotation today. Only 3 players who started the Reds wing against Aston Villa in their last pre-season outing start today: Rhiannon Roberts, Jasmine Matthews and Missy Bo-Cairns. Of the 8 players coming in, there are 4 summer signings, including former West Ham defender Gilly Flaherty. Gilly, of course, Lisa, a player who you played with last season, very tough centre-half.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've played against her many times, obviously when she was at the likes of Chelsea. But yeah, it was actually really good to play alongside her for so long. Such a good teammate and just a great leader on and off the pitch. Really good player and just a great person to have in the changing room. There's
a lot of experience that the Liverpool have in their team, the likes of obviously Flaherty, Laws, Furness, Fahy as well at the back. There's quite a big mixed match between the West Ham youth and the Liverpool experience in some areas of the pitch.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, and we'll see that today. That'll be one of the interesting areas, I think, for discussion. But like you said, it's a lot of experienced players that have played in the WSL, play internationally as well. I know they've got a lot of players that play internationally as well, so it'll be really interesting to see.
Of the new signings that West Ham have made, are there any that any fans should be keeping an eye on who they may not have seen really play so far?
God, good question. I would say obviously Jess Zhu, Irish internationalist. She's had a really good pre-season. I think just really exciting on the ball. She's quick, fast. Obviously done really well with Ireland as well. So yeah, I think she'll be really interesting to see how she gets on this season.
Well, the players are welcomed out of the tunnel here at Loughborough University Stadium. West Ham in their famous claret and blue, Liverpool in their change strip this afternoon. It's West Ham's final pre-season fixture that isn't behind closed doors ahead of the new WSL season. And it's a really tough start for the Hammers as well, away to Chelsea, which is certainly one that many will be keeping an eye on. For Liverpool, they'll be away to Reading in their first league match of the season. These 2 sides who met in Liverpool's last season in the WSL before they were relegated a couple of years ago. West Ham winning 4-2 in the last competitive meeting between the sides. Comprehensive victory in the season that the Reds were relegated. They spent 2 years in the Championship, back up in the top flight again. Lost out to Leicester City in their first season in the Championship in the promotion race, but got up at the second time of asking. The stature of Liverpool, though, it's the kind of club that you expect to see in the Women's Super League, and I guess across the board really in terms of the stature of them. They were kind of missed in those 2 years they were absent.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, and that's the teams that we want to have in the WSL. That's the representation. We want to have the best teams in the world in football playing in WSL, and it makes it the most competitive league that there is, I think, out there.
To attract some decent players over the summer as well. McCoy Vista, who made the impression with Brighton, signed and starts this afternoon as well. Also Shanice van der Sanden, Dutch international, re-signed for Liverpool, having spent a few years with the likes of Lyon and Wolfsburg. Two giants in the women's game from the Bundesliga and the French league as well. As both teams huddle inside their own halves. And what's been the message from Paul Kincheski in these pre-season fixtures? What's he trying to get out of these pre-season games ahead of the new season?
I think just the way that he wants to play, it's his own DNA. I think Ollie obviously done a really good job last season, but I think there's been a few tweaks and changes. Obviously with Edu as well, he has a massive influence on what we do on the pitch. But I think more than anything, just the hard work and that working mentality of leaving leaving everything out there on the pitch. I think more than anything, he just wants to see us like blood, sweat, tears, working really hard and working together as a unit.
Has it changed too much in terms of training and everything in regards to that? Because he was part of the coaching staff last season, so I'm assuming he hasn't changed too much, or has he?
No, there's not really been too many changes, I wouldn't say. Obviously, like I said, Ollie built really good foundations last season, but there's not, like I said, it's the system and stuff is quite similar, and similar group of players coming through, and yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but obviously, like I said, a few tweaks tactically and different training styles and stuff like that, yeah.
Well, there is a rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone from some of the Liverpool supporters in Loughborough University Stadium this afternoon, and it will be Liverpool to get us underway. As both sets of players knee before kick-off, showing continued solidarity in the fight against discrimination in sport and in society in general. Applauded by the supporters here this afternoon. And Liverpool get us underway with Katie Stengel. He'll be kicking from right to left, as you see it. West Ham the other way. As Flaherty clips up the line, looking for van der Sanden. Neat 1-2 between herself and Stengel. She's up against Soko, who stepped in well. Got a cross and put it out of play. A player who really impressed, in particularly last season for West Ham. French defender, Hawa Sissoko. Gets across again here to clear left-footed. And another player who's really impressed since joining West Ham a couple of years ago is Grace Fisk. Certainly a young defender to look out for. Ball thrown into Stengel, return to Roberts. Gets a deep cross in over the head of Jesu, picked up on the far side. Neat turn from Cairns and finds Roberts. Van der Sanden gives chase and finds Stengel too. Sissoko got a foot in. An opportunity for Liverpool and a brilliant save. Mackenzie Arnold getting down and saving with her feet. It was heading towards the far corner. Excellent stop from the Australian. Bright start from Liverpool. Approaching the second minute. First time Arnold's been called into action. Former Brisbane Roar keeper. Embarking on her third season with West Ham. Liverpool corner. Out goes Arnold and just claws it away. Still alive for Liverpool. Roberts tries to get it back in. And in the end, it's a goal kick to West Ham. And some relief, Lisa. It was a brilliant save from Arnold a few moments ago.
Yeah, no, exactly. Liverpool's obviously had the better of starts, I'd say. Looking very dangerous, especially in the wide areas, getting crosses into the box. And yeah, started the game very well.
Kirsty Smith tries to pick up the loose ball. Van der Sanden plays inside towards Cairns. Cleared away by Longhurst that time. And this is French international Assayi. One of a number of summer signings for West Ham. Masai brought in from Bayern Munich. Longhurst brings it forward. And the offside flag raised against Ter Kaivag. 18-year-old Norwegian midfielder. Both teams playing three at the back, which will be interesting. Trying to get the wing-backs forward, no doubt, and I think a lot of the play will be in the wide areas this afternoon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Liverpool have got a lot of strength in the wide areas, like we touched on. Shanice van der Sanden obviously coming back to play for Liverpool. Really experienced player at international level, played for the Champions League clubs, and I think she'll be really interesting to see today how she gets on.
Ball slammed clear towards van der Sanden. West Ham throw. Another summer signing, Kirsty Smith, signed from Manchester United, and someone who you'll know from your time in Scotland as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, like I said, she is a really experienced internationalist, obviously plays with Scotland as well. And a good signing for us. I think obviously played at Man U, top club, and it's good to have her here and good to have her experience in the WSL.
Cummings clears out towards Liverpool's left, towards Matthews. Sissoko across for West Ham, playing back to Arnold. Plenty of space for Hasegawa. Player who's really impressed in pre-season so far, scored some wonderful goals. I bet she's a nightmare in training, Hasegawa. You just can't get the ball off her, can you?
No, honestly, she is absolutely world class day in day out. I think we saw glimpses of that last season, but hopefully even more so this season she can really push on and be a massive influence in the league. She's capable of scoring all types of goals and a great player to have. Yeah, she's absolute class.
It's one of the things she's looking to do this season, potentially increasing the number of goals and assists, because she only scored twice in the WSL last season, which for a player of her ability, you'd expect those numbers to maybe be a bit higher.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think she'll be disappointed as well with those numbers. I know that she wants to be helping the team as much as she can with goals and assists, contributing. And yeah, like I said, we see her doing it in training all the time. I don't see why she can't do that in games this season, and it'll be really interesting to see how she gets on.
Cummings collects for Liverpool. Signed from Charlton after 2 years with the Addicks. Former Bristol City goalkeeper too. There's Fahy, Liverpool skipper. Signed a new deal at the beginning of the month, Niamh Fahy. Plenty of space for Roberts on the near side, but it's the straight ball looking for van der Sanden. West Ham looking to try and settle into the game after a nervy first couple of minutes. First save of the match being drawn from Arnold after about a minute and a half. Starting to get the ball ticking here at West Ham. Hussein, neat 1-2 with Zhu, and it's a free kick. Two youngsters combining. Amazing to think that Hussein is just 17 years of age, the way she plays. Longhurst clearance.
Yeah, I think she's obviously benefited from playing with top players at Arsenal for so long, and I think you can see she's really pushing now for a place. She wants to be starting, and we haven't signed a lot of midfielders, so I think she's got a chance if she works really hard. She's had a good pre-season, so it'll be interesting to see how she gets on.
Did you see much of her while you were at Arsenal? Did she play much in the first team setup, or was she very much in the academy?
Yeah, so before the loan move got sorted out with West Ham, I trained with her and Alex on a regular basis. Obviously, a lot of the girls were away in tournaments internationally, so I had a lot of playing time with Hallie and a lot of pre-season games. And I knew then that she was a top talent, and the same with Alex as well. I think they can really push on and be trying to push for starting places this season.
Like yourself, signed permanently following a loan move as well from the Gunners?
Yep, good to be here.
Fisk clips forward looking for Kaivag. Got the ricochet off of Flaherty. It's Smith who surges forward. Eventually cleared away by Niamh Fahey. Flaherty just claiming she was caught there on the ankle.
Yeah, I thought she could have went down there potentially. Got clipped. Good on a Scot, staying on her feet.
Turns 31 on Tuesday, Jenny Flaherty. Of course, knows these players inside out. Leanne Kiernan on the bench as well, another former Hammer. And manager in the dugout too, Matt Beard, was in charge of West Ham during their inaugural WSL season. Here's Zhu, twisting and turning away from Koivisto. Longhurst. Space for Hussein. Fahey up to win the header, and Liverpool are able to clear through Koivisto. One back though by West Ham, and Hasegawa. This is Fisk. Advantage with West Ham. Zhu took a clattering. Here's Walker, who wins West Ham a corner.
Yeah, that looked a sore one there. Jess getting caught. Hopefully she's all right.
She put her thumbs up and she's back up on her feet. Tough cookie, the Irish midfielder, operating as a wing-back this afternoon. As we approach 10 minutes, West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. West Ham's final pre-season friendly in front of fans ahead of the new WSL season, which kicks off on the 11th of September, away to Chelsea. Hasegawa's delivery, Sissoko pokes it back outside the penalty area. Hasegawa again. Deflected cross, which is dealt with by Matthews. West Ham still in the ascendancy. Eventually it's Liverpool who can try and bring it away. This is Koivisto. Cummings clears. That pass just beyond Kirsty Smith. Liverpool can try and come forward. This is Van der Sanden. Away from Fisk too. Try to thread it through for Stengel. It was really well intercepted and read. Probably did the right thing there, Van der Sanden, trying to slide it through for Stengel. Ever so well cut out. Roberts. Clipping for Van der Sanden. Sissoko across again. Here she is again, the Dutch international, Van der Sanden. Sissoko blocked the cross. Still an opportunity for Liverpool, but one back eventually by Hussein. In steps Flaherty. Smith on the charge. Roberts across for Liverpool. There's Van der Sanden again. Stengel stops it on the byline. Van der Sanden trying to escape the attention of Kirsty Smith, who's all over her. Here's Cairns. And Roberts eventually forced to play back to Fahey. Penalty shout though for Liverpool. How Sissoko might have got away with one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been really unfortunate if it did get given. I think the ball's hit her foot and then it's come up and hit her hand. So I think, yeah, if it had been given, I think it would have been really unfortunate for Hawa.
Roberts down the line looking for Van der Sanden. Fisk playing back to Arnold. Safety first from the goalkeeper. Liverpool just starting to grow into the game again after having that first chance of the game inside the opening minute and a half. Arnold was forced into a really good save. It's Longhurst. Arnold collects. Bellowing voice of Matt Beard barking instructions to his Liverpool side.
I think making it very clear what he wants, what he's after.
Eventually the ball played out of play off of the left foot of Kerry Holland, another player who signed a new contract this summer at the beginning of July for Liverpool. Do you think Paul Konchesky will be relatively pleased with the start West Ham have made so far?
I think so, yeah. Obviously the first 5-10 minutes we were looking a bit lackadaisical and I'm not really into it yet, but I think the last 10 has been really good. We've been really positive, especially on the counter-attack. Kirsty's been really active on this left-hand side.
Really well-weighted ball from Asai for Smith. Excellent sliding challenge from Roberts. Hussein. Fisk back to Sissoko. Ball breaks here for Kaivag. Driving on. Smith to her left. We'll try and keep it in play on the byline. It's not a bad delivery to the far post either. Volleyed back across goal and wide. Really good technique on the effort from Jesu. I have to say, Smith did really well, not only to keep the ball in play, but deliver a cross of that quality. And Zoo unlucky.
Yeah, no, it was a great ball through from Taya in the first instance for Kirsty on the overlap, and she's done really well to pick out Jesu, who's made really good connection with it, but it's just went past the post, unfortunately. But I think it's obviously something that we work on a lot, finding areas in the back post for the wing back coming in to finish, and Jess has got herself in the right position there and just really unlucky.
And it was the wing backs combining as well, which I think will please Paul Konchesky.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's like I said, it's something that we work on a lot, worked on a lot of it last year as well, and yeah.
Shirt tug, an advantage with Liverpool as Van der Sanden comes forward, now operating on the left-hand side as Lawley peels wide. Dangerous cross and the opening goal for Liverpool. Headed in by Casey Stengel, the American forward. It was a dangerous cross from Lawley. Stengel got up and planted her header downward into the far right corner, beyond the reach of Arnold. And moments after West Ham could have taken the lead at one end through Zoo, Liverpool opened the scoring at the other.
Yeah, no, it just shows you how quick football can change. We had a chance to score there that 1 minute before they've scored, and yeah, a really good cross into the box and a great header from Katie Stengel.
A player who scored a number of goals for Liverpool, signed halfway through last season, and will certainly be a force in the WSL this campaign, no doubt. West Ham restart. Longhurst finding Fisk. Hasegawa lost out in the centre. Cairns in steps Kaivag, and it's Longhurst who plays back to Arnold. Just had the opportunity to watch the replay of that goal, Lisa. What, any more analysis on how it went in?
It is a really good ball, and she's got across Hawa there at the front post, and it's really difficult to defend against, but I think obviously we need to be tighter to the man and try and stop her getting across us in the first instance.
Lovely touch from Hasegawa, and a decent ball into the box too for Kaivag from Walker. Eventually Cairns picks up the loose ball and can play out for Liverpool. is Lawley. Now Koivisto, Finnish international who started all 3 group games for Finland in the Euros in the summer. Or slammed forward by Cummings. Sissoko underneath it. This is Fisk. Now Smith. Nice little touch from Asai. Spreads the play to finding Zhu. It's an immaculate surface at Loughborough University, and West Ham trying to make the most of it by playing their way back into the game, keeping the ball on the deck. Sissoko finding Smith. There's Van der Sanden back on the right channel. He's made a forward run, and we'll try and latch onto this ball from Roberts. Cut out by Longhurst, who probably could have left that for Arnold, but wasn't sure. Stengel on to Van der Sanden, and West Ham are able to play out through Sissoko. Just got to watch the forward runners from Liverpool. They have a number of willing runners, and Van der Sanden in particular has been everywhere so far.
Yeah, no, she's looking lively, and I think especially down this right side, Liverpool look really dangerous. I think Kirsty and Fisk have got their work cut out today with that side.
Here's Fisk onto Hasegawa. Sissoko looking over the top. Flaherty cuts it out. One back by Hasegawa. Helps on towards Asai. Stone in possession. The French midfielder. Let's take a shot on here. It's not a bad effort either. Didn't get quite a curl on it. Vivian Asai. It was a surging run. And as she got to the edge of the penalty area, you always felt as though she might take the effort on. And it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, no, a really good effort there. Curling just past the post, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what she's capable of. She's capable of scoring really good goals. We've seen that from our Bayern Munich days, and hopefully she can bring that to the WSL this season.
Liverpool play out. This is Roberts. Close down and put out for a throw by Kirsty Smith. Stengel came short and manages to keep hold of the ball. Playing back to Fahy. Flicked on towards Van der Sanden. There's Fisk for company, and the cross in the end thread into the arms of Arnold. West Ham just able to get a bit tighter to Van der Sanden that time. And surging forward here through Zhu. Walker. Bit of space for Hasegawa. In the end left by Fahy to Cummings after the call. West Ham perhaps guilty of trying to force the pass in the final third at the moment. Not maybe being patient enough.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think there's a few times now we've got into good areas, but we're just trying to force that final ball. And I think if we can have people coming into the pocket more, trying to link up and then try and work the space in behind a bit more, trying to be more patient, and I think spaces will open up.
Here's Flaherty. Lets it run across her body and plays back to Cummings. Here's Fisk. That's a better ball. Looking for Walker. over the shoulder of Flaherty. Digs out a cross-come shot into the arms of Cummings. I think she might have been attempting the cross, but got a bit too much curl on it. Ended up being an easy collect for Eartha Cummings in the end. Didn't have too much to pick out in the centre either, Walker. But a perfectly weighted ball over the top to her. That's the ball that West Ham are looking for.
Yeah, and I know we just spoke about not forcing it, but that was actually a really good ball from Grace Fisk and a good run from Claudia. And probably an area that we've spoke about that we can capitalise on against Liverpool. So, yeah, no, it was a good combination there.
Arnold waiting for a bit of movement ahead of her. For Hasegawa. Over the head of the diminutive Japanese midfielder. Lawley. Plenty of space for Flaherty. Rolled into Stengel. Lawley. Roberts with a teasing ball in. Really well dealt with by Zhu. It's a goal kick and she had two Liverpool players for company. Jumped up really well.
Yeah, Jess has done really well, like you said there. She's 2v1 at the back post and she's done really well with that situation to deal with it.
Asai looks to have pushed a bit further forward for West Ham as they try and implement a bit more pressure on Liverpool. Bit of space for Van der Sanden. Roberts is free on the near side. It's slammed in towards Cairns and dealt with in the end by Sissoko. That's a good ball onto Hasegawa, just over the head of Liverpool's Holland. Sent wide towards Fisk. He's going to try and help it onto Smith and finds her too. Hussein just overhit the pass looking for Walker. Better football.
I think we've seen early on that how well Mackenzie Arnold kicks the ball. She's picked out you a few times in midfield. You're talking 40, 50-yard pass. She's got it on lock, and that's definitely one of our strengths that we have. Having Mackenzie Arnold in the back, she's almost like a fourth defender back there. She can pick out anyone, wing backs, midfielders, and it's definitely a weapon for us.
Lawley looking to try and knock and run round Fisk, who stayed strong. Lawley regains possession though. Stengel turns for Liverpool. Finds Roberts too. And that should be comfortable for Arnold and is collected by the Australian, who's quick to bowl it out to Asai. Did well to hold on to the ball and find Hasegawa. Now Walker, Smith on the overlap. Walker driving infield and going for goal two. Cummings across to make the save. Managed to work that well in the centre between Hasegawa and Asai, and they had an overload on the near side. That was well worked.
Yeah, no, it was. Again, over that left-hand side, I think we've looked really dangerous on that side. Yeah, a good run from Kirsty Smith, I think, to create the space for Claudia inside and to then get the shot off.
Hussein looking over the top. Fahy underneath it. And that pole forward just beyond the reach of Katie Stengel, whose goal separates the sides so far, approaching the half an hour mark. Here's Zhu. Good run. Clipping in towards Walker. Gets a second bite at the cherry. And eventually finds Kirsty Smith. Smith's cross flicked away. And Koivisto will tidy up for Liverpool. Free kick won by Kaivag. A bit quicker to pressure, weren't they there, West Ham?
Yeah, we've won the ball in a few scenarios quite high up, and obviously that's part of our DNA, especially going forward for this season, I think, to try and get high pressure on teams and make them force the error and win the ball high up and be more dangerous on the counter-attack.
West Ham looking to apply a bit of pressure here. Longhurst rolling it into Hussein. That's a good-looking ball for Kaivag too, and dealt with in the end by the recovering Matthews. West Ham corner. Another well-weighted ball over the top. It's a very difficult ball to execute on any day, but when it's up against three centre-halves and three experienced centre-halves, it's such a difficult ball to execute that one over the top.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's not a lot of space in behind, and like you said, they are three very experienced centre-halves, so yeah, that ball will be difficult today.
Hasegawa's corner. Headed towards goal and flicked onto the crossbar in the end. It's a scramble and Liverpool deal with it. It's another West Ham corner. Initial contact was made by Asai, I think, and it was flicked away up onto the crossbar. And they look to try and threaten from another set piece, the Hammers. And it goes again from Hasegawa. Headed away this time, up to Lawley. Doesn't have anyone ahead of her, has to turn back. Plays a neat 1-2 with Cairns. And then returns it to the young midfielder. Now searching ball, looking for Van der Sanden. And the Dutch winger gives chase. Roberts gets an effort towards goal and Arnold holds on. And Roberts appears to have injured herself in the process. West Ham there getting bodies forward for the corner, and they're unlucky with the first one. Just got to watch out for Liverpool, who are lightning quick on the counter. Ball nodded forward over the head of Hasegawa. Loose ball picked up. And then one back brilliantly by Hasegawa off the toes of Holland. Smith giving chase and making things difficult and awkward for Roberts, as Cummings has to clear. And Hasegawa might have a chance to go for goal here. Decided against it.
I fancied her there. She's done a few of those in pre-season already, a few wonder goals.
Yeah, she's certainly full of confidence. I did think she'd take it on from there. Cummings was out of her goal. Longhurst, flicked on by Walker. No one really in the vicinity for West Ham. Does well to close down that clearance from Roberts though. West Ham with a chance to pen Liverpool in here. Liverpool picked off. Hussein latches onto the loose ball. Hasegawa. Lovely reverse ball, but just beyond the reach of Kaivag. Sissoko trying to keep it in play on the near side. Here's Stengel. Van der Sanden ahead of her. Helped on towards Lawley. And one back well as Walker keeps hold of the ball. Longhurst steps in. Now space for Hasegawa. Looking over the top, and it's a good ball too. Cut out by Matthews. Longhurst in a foot race with Lawley. And helps it back to Arnold. Flaherty wins the header. Brought down by Hasegawa. Arnold again, as you mentioned, Lisa, picking out Hasegawa in the centre. Unlike her to give the ball away there. Forced away from goal, Liverpool, with Holland. Now looking for Van der Sanden, and the offside flag is raised by the assistant on the near touchline. Arnold being instructed to retake the free kick. Step forward towards Walker, cut out by Roberts. That was loose from Flaherty. Kaivag can look over the top, but it's just overhit for Walker. Matthews clears forward, looking for the run of Stengel. Oh, lovely from Longhurst, little reverse step over. Here's Stengel again. Lawley. Koivisto. Dealt with by Sissoko. It was an awkward bounce though, and it's turned behind for a corner. Corner taken short this time. Lawley delivers from a better angle, and Arnold holds on for West Ham. Kaivag's the target from the long kick.
Well done.
Ended up running straight into Koivisto. Well, just out of the reach of Matthews that time. West Ham throw. Approaching half-time at Loughborough University Stadium. Liverpool leading through there fairly early. Katie Stengel header. Asai winning a free kick. And Smith was an option, but Asai denied the opportunity to take the free kick quickly by Lawley. Fisk looking for Asai. Headed against the back of Flaherty. Sissoko got up well and collects on the far side. A back heel from Smith. Trying to wrestle the ball away from Roberts on that occasion. Wasn't allowing the quick throw for West Ham. Walker. Little ricochet and a handball claim against Cairns.
Down here, Cap. Cap.
And back high there by Asai, just the loose ball couldn't quite fall to a player in claret and blue. While he takes over and finds Flaherty. Fahy finding Lawley. Holland returning it to Lawley, who continues her run, cutting in from the left flank. Eventually went down. West Ham trying to get it forward up to Asai. Fahy stepped in. Touch from Hussein, laying it off to Asai. Hussein again. Looking for Smith, headed away. And steps Longhurst. A little touch on to Hussein. Improvised first time ball from Longhurst. Here's Zhu. Wins the throw off of Koivisto. Tracked by two there, Zhu. He's had a good game in possession on that right side. Hasn't had too much support a lot of the time, Zhu. And
yep,
he's done well
exactly,
surging forward.
She's looked really lively when she's been getting on the ball. And
This is Sissoko. Stengel has Van der Sanden and Holland ahead of her. Here she is, the Dutch international, onto Roberts. Looking to return it to Van der Sanden.
well done, Grace.
Fisk does well to get goal side and finds Sissoko. Asai brought down, free kick West Ham.
Yeah, she's quick.
Only her second appearance for West Ham, Asai. Made her first appearance against Charlton last weekend. Here's Zoot. Well down the line towards Kaibag. Deflected cross, West Ham corner. Not too long before half-time.
Yeah, it would be a great time for us to get an equaliser here. We have looked dangerous from set plays. Early on in the game we had a really good chance, and hopefully a wee goal before half-time wouldn't do as much wrong.
Every Liverpool player within about 20 yards of their goal. Hasegawa's delivery. Cummings tried to come for it and I think has ended up winning a free kick, having been blocked off. First half has sort of petered out somewhat, I think, Lisa, which I guess can happen in pre-season.
Yeah, no, exactly. I know that Liverpool had a midweek game as well, and we've had a really busy schedule ourselves, and I think, yeah, the tempo's definitely dropped off the last 10, 15 minutes. I'm sure things will be freshened up at half-time by both teams.
Free kick Liverpool into first half stoppage time. Referee takes a couple of checks at his watch. Liverpool happy to keep possession. Eventually sent forward by Cummings. Up goes Stengel. And Sissoko finds Asai, who's found a pocket of space. Hussein looking for Fisk and recovering. And just catching Cairns there, Hala Hussein. Liverpool free kick. Well, there goes the half-time whistle. West Ham United 0, Liverpool 1. Two sides separated by a Katie Stengel header inside 16 minutes. There haven't been too many chances in the first half. And I think, Lisa, for West Ham, it's just that final ball in the final third. It's been a bit of a frustrating first half, I think. Yeah,
I would say so. I think fair play to Liverpool. They've not left a lot of space in between the lines and over the top and behind them, so I think the game will definitely open up second half and we'll be able to find more pockets of space and potentially that ball in behind will be more effective.
So half-time here then at Loughborough University Stadium. Do join us for the second half live on West Ham United's YouTube channel. But at half-time from Loughborough University Football Stadium, West Ham United 0, Liverpool 1. Yeah, it's fine. Well, welcome back to Loughborough University Stadium. West Ham 0, Liverpool 1 at half-time. Katie Stengel's header separating the sides going into the break. Still joined by West Ham winger Lisa Evans alongside me. There's obviously the obvious that you're not on the pitch this afternoon. Can you elaborate on that? Carrying a little knock or?
Yeah, no, I'm carrying a little niggle. My Achilles is usual, flared up, but hopefully I think I'll be back out there next week training again, and yeah, nothing too major. So unfortunately I'm missing out today, watching from the sides, commentating obviously on the game, but I'd much rather be out there playing as much as this is enjoyable.
I bet. In terms of the training camp that you've had here in Leicestershire, is it lighter work for yourself or?
Yeah, a lot of off-beat stuff with the girls. There was quite a few of us this week that were getting managed, so a lot of us in the gym. Great facilities, like I said. We've been in the pool, we've been playing basketball, badminton as a team, and yeah, the facilities here are first class, so it's been good. It's been a good couple of days, and going back tonight, so.
Lovely stuff. Well, looking forward to the second half. Liverpool have made at least one change because Megan Campbell has entered the pitch, left wing back, who has come onto this near side for Rhiannon Roberts, and Emma Coy-Visto's gone right wing back. Don't look to have been any changes for West Ham, who will get the second half underway in their claret and blue shirts. Liverpool in their change strip. West Ham kicking from right to left, Liverpool the other way. Hoping to force their way back into the game in this pre-season friendly, as Claudia Walker gets the second half underway. And Lisa, you had a chance at half-time to go downstairs. Did you catch the general sort of vibe at half-time? What were the kind of instructions going into the second half?
I did, yeah. No, I just heard a bit of what the girls were saying. Obviously what we spoke about, forcing the pass a bit too much in the first half. I didn't hear what Paul had to say. But yeah, I think the girls had said amongst themselves, just forcing the pass a bit too much, and we're trying to be a bit more patient in the second half.
It started on the front foot here in the second 45. Hasegawa looking to thread it through for Asai. Has a second chance to send a forward pass and clips it through it. So good looking ball, and had Asai left that for Walker, she might have been onside. She wasn't to know though, the French international. It's a Liverpool free kick. Good start to the second half though.
Yeah, positive, yeah. Interesting to see Megan Campbell's come on. I know that she's got a massive, massive long throw in, so she can literally throw the ball right into the goal. So that'll be interesting to see. Definitely a weapon for Liverpool in the second half.
It's quite unique in the women's game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of too many other players who can do that.
No, I know there's not. They're few and far between. I think in the women's game, there's a few obviously, but Megan Campbell, honestly, one of the best out there. I think at throwing the ball in, she's phenomenal.
Fisk plays back to Arnold. Good ball out to Smith on the near side. Picked off by Coy-Visto. Now Van der Sanden. Returning it to Coy-Visto, and now Stengel, denied by Arnold. She made a really good save about this time in the first half, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes in, with her feet, and that was a good stop to deny Stengel what would have been a second of the game.
Yeah, great stop there, and Kirsty obviously just loses the ball there in a dangerous area for Liverpool, and we said how capable they are on the counter-attack there, and we've seen that. Great save from Maka there. She's kept us in it.
Liverpool corner. Van der Sanden just hanging on the edge of the area, and it goes towards the near post. Second chance to cross for Coy-Visto, and flicked onto the crossbar by Stengel that time. Two really good chances for Stengel in the matter of minutes. Holland slipping it through for Fahy. Smith got a toe in. This is Van der Sanden. Another low ball in, flick towards goal. Stengel, tight angle. And it's another Liverpool corner, who are putting West Ham under a little bit of pressure in this second half. Stengel's header coming back off the crossbar. Another good chance.
Yeah, similar combination to what the goal was like. Obviously the ball whipped in again from the wing back. Obviously a different side now, in towards goal. Really dangerous to fend, and Katie Stengel's really unlucky to have headed it across the crossbar, luckily for us.
Another corner. Deep, Fahi's header, and cleared away by Sai. Campbell first on scene, a firm ball to Holland. That's a deep cross, out goes Arnold, who holds on. And Hasegawa's made a run down the left. And Arnold not quite able to pick her out, it's just behind her. Would have needed an immense bit of control from Hasegawa to collect that kick from Arnold, which you wouldn't actually put it past her to control that with a behind leg.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Koivisto clears forward. Here's Hussein. Space now for Zhu. Asai's made a run ahead of her. Cummings came off her line. Longhurst into Kaivag. Zhu coming back from an offside position. Zhu's downward header. Helped forward by Holland. This is Lawley. Good turn. And threading it through for Stengel as well. Sissoko for company, and Sissoko's challenge a bit too forceful for the referee's liking.
Yeah, I think Katie Stengel's done well in the game. She's obviously an absolute powerhouse. Experienced player. I played with her actually in Bayern Munich back in the day. Very good with both feet, as we've seen, more than capable of heading the ball, and she's been really strong and physical. She's done really well there to win the foul. Like you said, Hawa was a bit too physical in that one.
Dangerous free kick then for Liverpool. Cairns over it. And whipped towards the near post, trying to catch out Arnold, who was alert to it and got across to hold on. And quickly bowls it out to Hasegawa. Smith on the overlap, and there's two on the near side. Smith poking it forward, and racing off a line was Cummings to hold on. But again, that distribution from Arnold, really key. Van der Standen trying to turn Fisk and winning her side of throw. Cummings looking to clip it just over the head of Asai. As Campbell tries to get beyond Zhu, instead Longhurst. Thrown forward by Campbell, headed away by Longhurst. Launched in by Campbell. As you mentioned, Lisa, that long throw into the penalty area, you weren't joking.
No, honestly, unbelievable. And I think, yeah, it's not common in the women's game or the men's game for that fact. And she can throw it so far.
Lawley's ball towards the far post, and Van der Sanden's there to score. Lurking at the far post, the Dutch winger. Lawley's delivery, as it was in the first half for Stengel, pinpoint. And Van der Sanden free at the far post to nod home from just a couple of yards out. Liverpool, who have started the second half pretty well, have doubled their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's undeserved either. I think they've started the second half much stronger than what we've come out the blocks. And another great ball into the box, that back post again. We didn't defend it well enough. We've allowed their cross in the first place, and it's a good header. I mean, an easy header in the end. She's got the whole goal to aim for. But great delivery, and yeah, 2-0 down.
It's Sissoko bringing it forward for West Ham. Pass forward, took a ricochet, played back by Holland to Fahy. Liverpool free kick. They're going to make a double switch here, Liverpool. Introduction of former West Ham player Leanne Kiernan and also Rachel Furness as well. Replacing Van der Sanden, who's just scored, and Missy Bokens as well. Scored in Liverpool's win at Aston Villa in midweek. Leanne Kiernan, the winning goal in a 1-0 win. Rachel Furness coming on into midfield. Furness, who hit the headlines this week with the news that she's made the decision to step away from international duty for the foreseeable future. The other player who featured in the Euros over the summer, Rachel Furness.
And they replace number 19, goal scorer Shanice van der Landen.
Sissoko plays back to Arnold. Clipped over towards Fisk. In stepped Kiernan. Here's Hasegawa. Finds Zhu. Up against Campbell and going around the outside of her too. Has to turn away. Campbell got a foot in. Hasegawa takes over. And Campbell sliding it out of play for Liverpool again. West Ham throw high up the pitch. Liverpool a bit loose in possession. That attempted return ball from the throw. Longhurst throwing into Walker. Tries to hook a cross in, which has gone behind. From a difficult angle. Walker about to embark on her second season at West Ham. Managed 3 league goals last campaign, having signed from Birmingham. He's a former Liverpool striker as well, Claudia Walker. Made her first few senior appearances whilst at Liverpool several years ago. Longhurst's header. Another former Liverpool player. Holland looking long for Kiernan. Campbell's throw. Effortlessly launched down the line towards Kiernan. West Ham throw. Good turn from Longhurst. In stepped Kiernan. It's Furness who picks up the loose ball, but there was a late challenge on West Ham's Longhurst. It's Sissoko. Longhurst had to stretch for that one. Under pressure from Lawley, and Sissoko should see it out of play. Double switch forthcoming for West Ham. Mel Phillips coming on, as well as Izzy Atkinson. And 2 players coming off, Taya Kai-Vag and Kirsty Smith as well. Another couple of younger players on the pitch in Phillips and Atkinson in particular, who signed for West Ham just a couple of days before her 21st birthday over the summer. Cummings finds Flaherty. Here's Stengel finding Furness. Now Lawley. Helped out to Campbell. First time delivery, which Arnold holds on to under pressure from Furness, who tends to take no prisoners, Rachel Furness, and Arnold did well.
Yeah, no, she did. Rachel Furness obviously got that in the locker again. Really strong header of the ball.
Hasegawa unimpressed with the challenge from Lawley on her. West Ham free kick. Liverpool throw. Paul Konchesky hoping that his double switch can turn West Ham's fortunes. Cummings forward for Liverpool. Sissoko plucked out of the air. And back heel towards Fisk. Sai battling away with Koivisto. Looking for Atkinson. Hasegawa winning it back for West Ham. Caught by Lawley. Looking for Walker, who is offside. The striker. It's turning into an interesting battle between Hasegawa and Lawley in the centre.
Yeah, it's getting feisty in there, and that's something that Yui doesn't shy away from, as small as she is. She's very, very aggressive in there and defensively very strong.
Flaherty finds Kiernan. Now Flaherty. All over the top. Lawley will chase this. Longhurst got a touch and Lawley can't quite keep it away from Sissoko. As Arnold clears for the Hammers. Ball ricochets towards Hussein. In steps Zhu, and it was Campbell who won that 50-50. Looking for Kiernan as well. And Sissoko's challenge, it's a penalty. Well, I have to say from here, that looked quite harsh. It looked like she won the ball, Sissoko. But Liverpool given a penalty.
Controversially so, in my opinion, first instance. I'll need to see it back, but I definitely didn't think that was a penalty. I think Leanne Kiernan's done well to initiate good pace coming from in behind, but she's won the ball, in my opinion. Absolutely won the ball there, and I think, yeah, difficult decision in the end.
Well, Kiernan, who scored in midweek for Liverpool in their pre-season win over Aston Villa, has a chance to add a third here this afternoon. It's Kiernan. It's saved by Arnold, but the rebound goes in from Leanne Kiernan, who notches against her former club. Good stop down to her right from Arnold, who guessed correctly. But Leanne Kiernan, alert to turn in the rebound, slamming high into the roof of the net.
In the 66th minute, West Ham United, West Ham 0, Liverpool 3.
West Ham restart then. Hasegawa back to Longhurst. Looking over the top for Sai as it runs through to Cummings. Lawley into Furness, tried to return it to Melissa Lawley, just got caught by Yui Hasegawa. In a bit of pain, Lawley. Wry smile towards the Liverpool bench from Lawley. Start of her 4th season at Liverpool. One of the longer serving players in their squad. Flaherty playing down the line and finding Koivisto. Driving run from her and a Liverpool corner. Another double change for Liverpool. Soon, Yana Daniels and Kyla Humphrey will be coming on. Both formerly of Bristol City. Sue looks to have won the throw there for West Ham, and does. Longhurst. Zoo again. Sissoko. It's Arnold who clears. Phyllis brings it down. Here come Liverpool with Holland. Away from Longhurst and gets a cross in towards Kiernan. 4-0 to Liverpool. Then Kiernan's second coming off the bench. It was a good run towards the byline from Kerry Holland. Pulled it back for Kiernan, who swept it into the bottom corner off her left foot. West Ham just caught out on this near side and trying to play their way forward, and Holland did well getting to the byline and picking out Kiernan too.
Yeah, not dissimilar from the other goals again, just in the wide areas. Liverpool really, really strong, taking advantage of the defenders that we've got at the back. A good pick out, good delivery, cut back, edge of the box, always hard to defend against, and a good finish, comfortable in the end.
Another double change for Liverpool, having notched a fourth. Jana Daniels and Carla Humphrey coming on for Stengel and Lawley.
Liverpool substitution there, coming on number 20, Jana Daniels. She's replaced number 24, Katie Stengel.
Carla Humphrey coming on, a player you'll know from your time at Arsenal?
I didn't actually play with Carla Humphrey at the time. She was before me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't play with her, but I know obviously a talented player coming through the youth academy. And yeah, now coming playing for Liverpool. I don't know how long she's been there for, but I feel like she's been there for quite a few years now.
There's Sissoko playing across to Fisk for West Ham. Just took a team huddle after that latest Liverpool goal as they try and regroup ahead of the final 20 minutes. Game as a contest really is all but over, but in a pre-season friendly it's all about making sure that you're match sharp and chance to try a few things as well. Chance for Paul Konchesky to learn a few things from his team as well. As the ball runs out of play for a goal kick. And let's not forget, of course, that this is the West Ham team full of injuries. I mean, yourself being one of them, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
And commentating on the game rather than being on the pitch. And you're one of a number of players in the treatment room at the moment.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, like I said, we do have a few injuries, but it's no excuses for the performance today. I think we need to be a lot better than what we've shown today, and we are a lot better than we've shown. I think obviously a bad day at the office. I think Liverpool have capitalised on the areas that we've been weaker in, and I think obviously a game like this is a game that you can learn the most from. I think we need to go back to the drawing board in a lot of areas and assess what has went wrong today. And lucky for us, the season doesn't start for another few weeks, so I think plenty to look forward to.
Which I guess is the thing, because if it's a bad day at the office, then it's the kind of thing you want to get out of your system in pre-season before competitive action starts in a few weeks. As Longhurst plays back to Arnold. Liverpool trying to put the pressure on. It was a flick from Asai, searching for Atkinson as Furness picks up the loose ball and finds Campbell. Into Humphrey. Furness again. The flick round the corner is a neat one from Humphrey. And Campbell's away down the left. Looking for Daniels. It's beyond her and picked up by Koivisto. Away from Atkinson. Options in the centre. One of them's Kiernan. And Kiernan completes her hat-trick. Again, it's the ball in from a wide area. Kiernan showing good movement inside the penalty area once again. And an emphatic finish from the Irish forward. The initial ball into the box was just beyond the reach of Daniels. Koivisto did well to then get the second ball in, which was on the money for Leanne Kiernan. Another few changes, including Liverpool's goalkeeper Rachel Laws coming on for Eartha Cummings. Young Hannah Silcock also enters the pitch along with Leanne Robe too. Gilly Flaherty, former West Ham defender, one of the players departing. Matthews, another one. West Ham also making a change with Kira Flannery coming on in place of Hala Hussein. Another really young player on the pitch, just 16 years of age, Flannery. West Ham fan too. Flannery just catching Humphrey.
She's actually top talent, Kira. I think definitely one of the positives of the transfer window. She's only 16, like you said, but she's quality. She's got a bit about her, and she's got almost a bit of sass and a bit of attitude, which I love, almost like a cockiness. But yeah, I think she's going to be really, really good for the club, and definitely one to watch out for.
Chance for her to show what she's all about in these final 15 minutes. You know, contest that's been tough for West Ham. But it was still pretty even until about 15-20 minutes ago, and then Liverpool just started running riot and the floodgates opened. Leanne Kiernan's been impressive off the bench. That time though, Sissoko dealing with her and seeing it out of play, and actually being wiped out in the end by Leanne Kiernan. Control that from Asai. Onto Zhu. Turns away from Campbell. Neat footwork. Arnold looking for Phyllis that time. Throw from Campbell. Furness tried to flick it on. Sissoko stepped in and was just caught by Kiernan. Kiernan, another player who's got a bit of bite about her. Sent off during her time at West Ham against Manchester United a few years ago because of an altercation. Flannery. Handball appeals. Furness picks up the loose ball. One back by Hasegawa. Arnold clips forward. Headed away by Silcock. Picked up by Furness. Ball rolled into Flannery. Now Longhurst again. Arnold clips forward and picking out Mel Phillips as well. Decent first touch. Keeps the attention of Furness, and there's plenty of space on the far side. Hasegawa takes over. Now Izzy Atkinson. Looking for Walker. Liverpool win it back, and this is Yana Daniels. Longhurst going for a longer ball this time, searching for Asai, cut out by Silcock. Could be an opportunity here for Liverpool. Carla Humphreys away and denied by Arnold. Stayed low to make the save. Carla Humphrey timed her run really well. Phyllis is free on the near side and picked out too by Hasegawa. Asai and Walker in the centre. Phyllis digs out a cute cross. Breaks for Walker. Tried to tee up Atkinson. There's one back by Kiernan. Here's Silcock. Humphrey's done ever so well to keep hold of the ball. Wins outside a free kick too. Fahy. Silcock back to Laws. Silcock invited pressure from Asai. Winning outside a free kick to the young defender coming off the bench. Fahy brings it forward. Liverpool keeping things ticking over. Searching ball over the top for Liverpool again. Longhurst round to play back to Arnold. This will be another long throw from Megan Campbell into the penalty area. Furness underneath it. Fisk manages to deal with the bouncing ball. Headed clear as far as Holland. Low effort and held onto by Arnold. Diving down to our right. Hasegawa. Into Zhu. Good feet to get away from Campbell. Furness back to Sissoko. And the flick takes it out of play for a West Ham throw. Asai into Zhu. Turns away from Furness. This is Phyllis. Looking over the top, and it's a ball onto Walker, who's offside. Not that the referee spotted it. And a head injury for one of the Liverpool players. Into the final 5 minutes. It's been a disappointing afternoon for West Ham. Liverpool have been clinical in the final third. Chance for the West Ham players to receive some final instructions from some of the coaching staff, and Paul Konchesky too, who's in conversation with Longhurst. Liverpool's Liam Robe helped off the pitch following that head injury. Play will restart shortly. Play eventually restarting with Niamh Fahey for Liverpool. There's a loose ball back to Laws, who's just kept it in play. Clipping forward, looking for Furness, who helps it on. Keenan round to pick up the loose ball for Liverpool. Searching pass for Daniels. Atkinson tidying up. I guess, Lisa, a disappointing end to what's been a good few days, an enjoyable few days, an important few days in the training camp in Leicestershire.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, not been at the races today. I think Liverpool have been better in every sense of the game. They've done really well, exploited us in wide areas especially, and it has been a really positive weekend nonetheless. I think this has obviously put a dampener on things, but like I said, this is the games that you can learn the most from, and I'm sure that we'll go back to the drawing board, look at the areas that we've let ourselves down in today, and put it right for the season starting. Because yeah, we can't be accepting a 5-0 loss. That's not how we roll at West Ham, and yeah, I'm sure there's a lot that we can put right and analyse when we go back to it. So that's what we need to do.
A bit of football here to play the way out of the right channel, and Hasegawa looking for Walker. Silcock stepped in. Ball played back to Campbell, and Kiernan could be away. Yana Daniels in the centre. Sissoko got across. As Kiernan plays back to Campbell. West Ham throw as we head past the 90. Fisk clears the danger, and that brings an end to the game. It's finished at Upper University Stadium. West Ham 0, Liverpool 5. Stengel opened the scoring for Liverpool in the first half, and it was still pretty tight going into the second. Liverpool started to run away with it in the second 45 though. Hat-trick from Leon Kiernan off the bench for the Reds. But for West Ham, Lisa, just final comment from you. Obviously a disappointing afternoon, a disappointing result, but you know, plenty to address in the next few weeks to make sure that this side are ready for the start of the new season.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, and I'll just reiterate the point again, and these are the games that you can learn the most from. We've obviously had a lot of easier games played in the last few weeks, and I think this was obviously a really tough test for us today, playing Liverpool, who have invested a lot of money and are looking to push on now in the WSL and move up the table, as are we. So a lot to put right in the next few weeks, I think, and go back to the drawing board, analyse, assess individually and as a team collectively, and put those things right.
Lovely. Thank you ever so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you.
Lisa, hope to see you back out on the pitch very, very soon for the start of the new season. And thank you ever so much to everyone who's watched as well on the West Ham United YouTube channel. I'll leave you with the full-time score from Loughborough University Stadium. West Ham United 0, Liverpool 5.